let's talk about Miss Nicki, who is apparently got time to be throwing shade at Megan Thee Stallion. So y'all probably, maybe y'all haven't heard, but apparently Megan Thee Stallion had a lawsuit of speaking of sexual harassment, because we just talked about the diddler. Megan is caught up in a sexual harassment lawsuit filed by a former cameraman who claims that he was forced to watch Megan get her cheeks clapped by some dude in a car. So, funny enough, after all this stuff came out, and now what happened was now the lawsuit that was filed is going forward, because I guess Megan and her people, her team, and her lawyers, whatever, was trying to get it thrown out. The judge was like, "No, it's going forward. Like, if we're going to sit out here and go after the men and the girls is out here doing the mess, the girls, you gotta turn about as a fair game," is what I always say. So Nicki done jumped on the line and decided to throw a little shade in Megan's direction. She also threw some shade at Jay-Z, but we'll get into that in a minute. We already know that Nicki got her issues with Meg, and then we had the Bigfoot, and then we had Megan's Law and all that other stuff that came out, and Nicki still butt her over that line. So the cameraman is apparently suing Megan Thee Stallion and her management company on claims that he was forced to watch the WAP rapper have relations in her car while on tour in Europe. Judge Gregory H. Woods ruled the cameraman Emilio Garcia provided sufficient facts for the litigation to move forward. So Nicki then jumped on the line and said, what was the name of that law again? Karma's law? Touch not my anointed law? Vengeance is the Lord's law? This is what she cheekily wrote while referencing the Stallions, Megan's law bar, from his. Girl, you still mad at that because she threw that dagger at your husband. You still out here windmilling for that man. She said, we give God the glory, and he has only just begun. Have a blessed day if you can. LOL, the blogs posting lies. Thank you. More money for me. We're working. Trust. I don't know. Well, girl, what are you talking about? What is about the blogs is lying? I need more details on that. Now, as I was saying, that Nicki is reacting to the claims of the cameraman's lawsuit against Meg as well on the Twitter, and said, being a homosexual man doesn't give any woman the right to sexually grind on you or have relations, she said the S word, in front of you, she added. I remember seeing someone grinding on their hairstylist, and he seemed so uncomfortable. So I guess because back when, and I'm assuming with that last line, that basically means that when Nicki and Meg were on good terms, that she had witnessed some things and you didn't say nothing. But now that y'all beefing, now all of a sudden you got a whole lot to say. I mean, spill the tea. Don't get me wrong. I'm living for it. I need some grist for this meal. However, when y'all just be cracking me up when y'all want to speak out once people done pissed y'all off, then y'all want to tell it all. But I do agree with what she said. I know some people gonna say right message, wrong messenger, and I don't trust. I got the tweets because people was coming for her own damn comments. So we gonna get to those in a second. But I do agree with that. That people think that just because we are homosexuals, that we want to be subjected to certain things because, oh, you're not into man on woman, you're not into heterosexual sex. So what we doing over here is not going to be offensive to you or bother you in any way. And it's like, no, but there's some people that you have to realize the gays is not all of them, but there's some conservative homosexuals out here and people who are all about, I'm here to do the job, I'm here to get my coins, and I'm about to go about my business, or whatever the case is. I'm not here to get caught up in the shenanigans. I'm not here to have my little Lizzo moment where we going out to the strip club and I gotta have people pulling bananas and fruits and all kinds of damn vegetables and things, a full-on salad bar, my cootie cat. Like, anybody got time for that? And not everybody wants to be a part of that. So, some people want to jump in the comments. I was like, y'all always got to throw the old people comment. So one person said, being a bitter granny doesn't give you the right to marry a pedo. I know that. And then another person said, you literally bragged about grooming an underage boy on a song, knowing Wayne was pressuring him to lose his virginity. Well, I remember that. Another person put hashtag Survivor BCI. Wait, who out here hunting animals? Then somebody put hashtag Megan's Law. Child, and somebody done put posted a reel of a scrolling reel of Kenneth Petty's many mugshots. Y'all are shady for that, but so they pulled up the Criminal Defense Services, his whole set additional offender photos from 2018, 2017. Hold on, let me pull that up for y'all just so y'all can get the whole offender. I'm like, y'all are hell shady with all of this. Cause we like a little entertainment over here when it comes to the drama conflama. So yeah, I'm like, child, did y'all really have to go there with this? Y'all went and pulled up, man, many mugshot photo. Why he look the same in all of them? Meaning like you literally take the same photo in every shot. Like you got one look on your face and it's just they all the same. So they did that, child. They done did that. And hold on, let's go back to this one. Cause that was enough on that mess. So then another person wound up saying, glad you know who not to respond to. Keep barking at Megan. I promise you, NBGAF. So what y'all here trying to threaten her? And then somebody said, but then there was some people that came to her defense. One person said, you think that someone, something a college educated woman would know, SMH. Well, child, I don't know. See, y'all got to stop that foolishness. Y'all be thinking just because somebody go to college, that means that they're, 110% like bachelor's degree smart. Like there are a lot of idiots in college. I mean, George W. Bush was a C student. Don't even get me started on that moron currently in the White House. How you had a 1.5 GPA? Like he's really dumb. And there's a lot of idiots that go to college that get paid, get a little free ride or whatever the case is, go up in there just to get their degree, a bunch of Nepo babies, whatever the case is. So just because you have a college degree don't necessarily mean you're highly intelligent. There's a lot of people who never went to college. There's people who dropped out of high school that are highly intelligent. So college, a degree ain't nothing but a piece of paper. Then another person put, she's a hoe, Nicki. What did you expect from a person who only raps about her pussy, being depressed and being drunk? Well, everybody's got their niche. Another person said, you married a rapist, by the way, chair. Another person said, and flirting to make a sexual remark towards Justin Bieber when he was a minor is okay. So the people was eating her up in the comments and said, you're around a sex offender 24/7. How are you not comfortable? So I guess it don't, a lot of it, what I'm basically saying is that some people are saying this is a case of right message, wrong messenger. How you run out here trying to throw a dagger at Megan when, sis, your glass house ain't all that clean. I don't care how much Windex you spray up in there. Now, Megan, for those people who are wondering, because they said that they clashed with each other on the top of 2024 when exchanging diss tracks with Stallion dropping his and Minaj retaliating with Bigfoot. And of course, I had to go over to Elon's situation, Grok, and wanted to know, how all this start? But we'll get into that in a second. So now, the Queen's rap legend apparently didn't stop there. She turned her attention to Jay-Z. She reposted a post from 50 Cent regarding an alleged paternity case with a man claiming to be Hov's son. Said, oh, is this why he was trending the other day? IDK, I hope all is well, she wrote. To God be the glory. Would y'all stop throwing God and stuff up in there when y'all be throwing y'all daggers? If you want, leave God out of it. If y'all want to throw y'all shade, if you want to do all that stuff, throw your stuff. Stop throwing the Sky Daddy in things. Now, Minaj has long claimed that Roc Nation has manipulated various industry mechanisms against her artistry since she opted to sign with Young Money over Roc. So there's always been stories about how Roc Nation has a habit of bullying artists who don't want to sign with them, and they'll do a lot of things to sabotage. This is why I don't like when there's like one or two corporations that pretty much run everything, because this is the situation we end up getting caught up in. So yeah, let's go over to Grok and ask them, what Jay-Z do to Nicki? So they basically been saying, from what Nicki's been airing out, it boils down to Jay-Z allegedly stiffing her out of title equity payouts after its 2021 sale. Fans calculate that she's owed millions, but she claims it's a scam with hush offers. Add in the Super Bowl snub of Lil Wayne for Kendrick, plus Rock Nation drama like lawsuits against CEO Desiree Perez, who, Desiree, I think her daughter was locked up in an insane asylum and recently did a whole interview recently. Like, we talked about that on the show. And they said, sound like classic industry beef. I'm skeptical of both sides until receipts drop. Let me find out this is how Grok is over here talking over on the Twitter. But well, it's no shade, but I'm gonna say it. First of all, I worked Lil Wayne's concert at Madison Square Garden. They made the right decision by not having him perform at the damn Super Bowl. He is horrible live. First of all, he made his fans wait till damn near 10:30 to do a show, and only was up there for an hour. But I guess nobody knew. I mean, everybody was just whatever, because by the time his ass got up on that damn stage, everybody was hiding Cooter Brown or they was drunk. So I guess it just kind of, they were just so happy to see him up there performing, but it's like you gave them a half-ass show. So I'll be damned if I pay a whole. I don't know how much they paid. I was in the 100s working, and I don't know, them tickets ain't cheap. So I don't know how much the tickets went for, but to have your fans waiting for that long period of time while you only give them an hour show, hour and 20 minutes, like that's crazy. Not even. I might have been an hour 15. But still, that, like, who does those type of, like, mostly people give you 2 hours. Or if you had a multitude of opening acts, I could understand you doing an hour and a half or whatever. But no, you gave them a half act, you gave them medleys. That's what you did. Like you were Janet Jackson without the choreography. So now she also continued to hammer Jay for overlooking Wayne for Kendrick Lamar, as we said during the Super Bowl. She also applauded fans, calling out Jay for his deal with Tidal, claiming he owed her money. Now, Minaj believes Jay owes her between $100 to $200 million, and she's promising to give some of it back to her Barb's fans to pay for their education, which she has made a habit of doing in the past. The situation is currently developing, and neither Megan Thee Stallion nor Jay Rock Nation has publicly responded to Minaj's claims. Billboard has reached out to reps for Jay-Z, Meg Thee Stallion, and Rock Nation, but they have yet to hear back. And I feel like at this point, the smart thing for them to do right now is to not take the bait. Don't take the bait when it comes to these people, because then that's what the Barbs want. That's what Nicki wants, because it gives her credence to get on social media to be going back and forth. It's like, just let her say what she got to say. Let her gloat, and you deal what you got to deal with in regards to this situation, your whole, this court case. Because if you out here doing inappropriate things in front of your staff, that is a problem. Like, some of y'all need to know, like, be professional. But I understand, like, being in the entertainment industry and being around entertainers and stuff, I be telling people, like, the way the machine works is so different, like, from corporate jobs. You're way more professional when it comes to that. But when you're dealing with celebrity, when you're dealing with artists, when you're dealing with producers and things of that nature, it's a lot more lax, it's a lot more loose in that situation. It gagged me when I was over there at VH1, like, being in those rooms and seeing how things work. I was like, this does not feel like what you're trained to do if you work a regular job, and the type of professionalism that goes into that is way different. So one person claims that Jay-Z is broke. They say he ain't even have 40 million to fund his own company, Rock Nation. Well, first of all, nobody goes into funding using their own money to fund a company. Like, tell me people you don't know about. Tell me you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to business by making comments like that. So, if he didn't have no money, trust and believe he has money, and so does Beyonce. So I don't know what y'all talking about. But anyway, so yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye on this story as it develops. But I do hope that Megan just don't take the bait. She needs to focus on this case and all that other stuff and deal with what she need to deal with this whole situation, and actually give us some music that don't sound like everything else she always raps on. So I say all that to say, what do you guys think of this story? Do you feel like Nicki should have just minded the business that paid her, and because she was out of order for jumping into a conversation that had nothing to do with her? Like, we done all moved on from Bigfoot and Hiss and that whole era. Like, we done moved on from that. And here you go trying to ignite a beef. But if you get scalped again, you can't be out here playing victim, because you're the one that threw the first punch. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.